I absolutely love all of Benchmark. The rigorous curriculum is great for the students, and having that readily available, the level readers, the readers theater, all of the awesome things that go with Benchmark are only going to help the students succeed.
I like the fact that the kids can write and they can annotate in their books and they can make it their own, their own learning. I also like the ability that we have as teachers to, on the online component, to go between grade levels. So if we have kids who are struggling readers who are at a second, third grade level, we can use those resources online and help the students out that way.
My favorite thing about the new curriculum is all the pieces and everything just seems to fit together perfectly, and so being able to take the stories and use those stories in different elements like retelling and fluency and getting that incorporated into the writing, it lends itself to being integrated well throughout the entire day. The ELDs are getting exactly what they need, and then the English only kids, depending on what their level is reading wise, they're getting exactly what they need too. And so I really feel that being able to take this reader's theater, which is what I've been doing with the English only students, is really beneficial for them. It's teaching them, they're great readers already, but it's teaching them how to build that fluency, which is super important, but also how to read with expression and how to read with excitement and really get into the text and understand how the characters are acting or behaving throughout the script. This story that we're reading, How the Chipmunk Got Its Stripes in Reader's Theater, that's a social studies activity right there. So not only is it addressing the language arts curriculum, but it's also addressing social studies. And even with our shared readings, that integrates science with it too. So there's different subjects that are integrated throughout the ELA and throughout Benchmark.
I like that all of the resources are available to you. You don't really have to go find it. It came with the level readers, it came with online resources, and so it all works together. I like that each grade level is teaching this almost the same thing so that we can use those lower level readers and it still matches what we're teaching in our homeroom classes, just at a lower level. So I like having the resources that they provide.
There is a lot of resources. As my team and I were developing our small groups, just going through, there's spelling and grammar, there's vocabulary, there's that resource of being able to go down grade levels and to go up grade levels. I think that's one of the biggest things that we really like, is that we're able to go through all the grade levels and pick what we need to fit the needs of our students.
With the ebooks, I do a listening center, so I can have the students listen to a book and have that be a listening center. I have students do reader's theaters. So my small groups are reader's theater. We choose a small group book to do text evidence questions, so we're practicing our writing using text evidence. I also do a listening center, so either I choose podcasts or books off of Benchmark that they listen to, and then we do a computer component for that, which we work in Benchmark. We do sources off of there. We use games that they provide. I mean, it's just really nice that there's so many things I can use for every unit for small groups. And having the online and paper version of Benchmark is so helpful when teaching the lessons, and it allows my students to choose, what they're more comfortable working with. Well, I do go pretty heavily off the teacher editions. It just really helps me have guiding points for the discussions. And I use all of the suggested charts and stuff that it gives so that my students can follow along with me in my book. And then I feel like having such a comprehensive teacher edition for each lesson really allows me to choose points that I want to cover specifically in a lesson. So there's a few different components of a lesson I can cover, so it gives me flexibility for sure. In terms of curriculum, I don't have to worry about what I'm going to teach. I don't have to scramble around to come up with materials to use, and it's also very easy to add supplemental materials. I can, search for articles that are related to what we're doing, so students are exposed to more than one type of poetry or more than one type of story.
I think this provides the students more collaboration time, and it lets them own their learning. Like I said, with the annotation in itself, they can own their learning and go at their pace. Collaboration with the small groups makes it easier for them to talk with their peers and gain knowledge from their peers to be able to answer the questions and to learn about the content.
It's kind of the first time that, since I've been with the district, I've had something that not only gives me the standards-based instruction that the kids really need and that I've really wanted to do, but then it's also allowed us to tie back more directly to stories, to a novel, to kind of almost back to that thematic instruction that we were used to, years ago, that I had when I was in school. It kind of feels like that again, but it's still deeply rooted in skills and in the standards. So that's what I'm enjoying about it. The full text study's been really great because now the kids have that opportunity not just to get enrichment with a novel or with exposure to these other stories with the comparative text format, but also it allows them to see how they're taking the skills they learn in the core and apply them to this extension. They can now step away from these skills-based lessons with this short excerpt and look at theme in a full novel. How does it develop over the chapters and whatnot? As somebody who is just super digital in my classroom, I like to be on the computers. I like to give the kids the opportunity to do a lot of digital work. There's still a place for paper pencil, for pulling out the consumable unit book, for stepping aside, we're just going to work on a piece of binder paper right now. We're going to do this activity. We're going to do kind of a traditional exit ticket. You're going to hand it to me on the way out. There's still a place for that. And honestly, sometimes the kids not just need to, they want to kind of step away from the digital from time to time. So it's nice to have the consumable option and that print option.
So when I was in first grade, one of my fondest memories was my teacher had created a play for us for The Wizard of Oz. And as a teacher, when I became a first grade teacher, I really wanted to incorporate those same fond memories into my classroom because I enjoyed it so much. I don't remember much from when I was younger. I don't remember much from kindergarten or first grade, but that play was something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And so when I opened the Reader's Theater book and all the other benchmark curriculum and I saw that particular curriculum, I was super excited because I thought this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I didn't know how to get it started. I didn't know how to implement it. And with the new ELD Walk to Learn model, I thought, wow, this is amazing because now I can use this Reader's Theater and really get my kids excited about reading, fluency, and the play as well.